Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast, your go-to source for all things agriculture. Each week, we bring you expert insights, market trends, and real stories from the field. Whether you're a seasoned producer or joining us for the first time, there is something here for you. So, grab a coffee and let's dive into the business of agriculture from the ground up. Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast. Joining us today is Cody Stevenson with QLF Agronomy. Welcome, Cody. We are so glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and your audience about QLF and our products today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation. So, Cody, we may have listeners that have not heard of QLF Agronomy before, but QLF has been around for some time, 45 plus years. Even though it's relatively new to our region. So what do you want our growers to know about QLF?
Yeah, so QLF, or Quality Liquid Feeds, we've been around about 50 years on the feed side, like you said. A lot of people don't realize, though, we have an agronomy department that's been around almost 20 years now. And really what we set out to do about 15, 20 years ago was we set out with the idea to increase your plant health, your fertilizer efficiency, and improve soil health by adding carbon and sugar sources. And we do that by using our sugarcane molasses that we use in our feed. But we make a product called Boost, where we clean up the sugarcane molasses, add some additives to it, and we use it across multiple facets of the farm. Really, it's a very versatile product that way.
Yeah, that is awesome. I had the opportunity to attend FarmCon in January, and several of the speakers said that now is the time for us to leverage soil sampling and act on those results to get the best yields possible. They didn't really go into talking about biologicals a lot, but I think we all are beginning to understand that that's a huge opportunity for us. So QLF supplies complex carbon-based products to impact soil health and soil biology. What are some of those products and what are the benefits of using them?
Yeah, so, we have a fairly small portfolio when it comes to products, but like I said, they're very versatile and they can be used almost anywhere on the farm, just depending on how you're set up. First and foremost, our carbon and sugar product, the main thing we do different than everybody in the market is called Boost. And it's that sugarcane molasses. It's cleaned up, so it'll go through a planter, a sprayer, a drone, airplane. Gets used all over. We add some sulfur and some other additives to it. And then we have an organic version of that in case anybody's looking for that. It's called TerraFed. It's OMRI certified. And then we also have our liquid starter products, our 721-3. It's our higher ortho product, higher orthophosphate. 1017-3, that's our lower orthophosphate product. And then we have a 1412-2, that's our lower orthophosphate with a lot more nitrogen added to it. And all of those come pre-mixed, so it's kind of a convenience thing more than anything, so guys don't have to handle two products out on the farm. But this is, again, another spot where Boost will get used. So if you're buying 1034-0 from Central Prairie here, they can go ahead and add Boost to it, or if they're using another starter, they can add Boost to it that way and still get the benefits of it. We also have some foliar products. Boost, again, gets used widely here, especially for the sugar aspect of it in season. But we then have a foliar nitrogen called Amino 15, so it's very similar to all the slow release nitrogen products on the market.
Okay.
But instead of the slow release nitrogen that's in there, we actually sub that out with the Boost, so you're still getting the liquid urea, you're getting amino acids, and you're getting the Boost, so you're getting sugars and nutrients at those crucial times, especially at late reproductive. And then we do have just some micronutrient packages that we can add in for convenience. And at the end of the day, with most of this stuff that we're dealing with, we're trying to, for the lack of better terms, stabilize what you're paying for in the liquid nitrogen, liquid phosphorus. But also, we never detrimentally hurt the biology that's out there, whether you're putting that in there or if it's just using what's out in the farm, out in your field. We have studies that show when we put Boost out there, we will stimulate the biology. When we stimulate the biology will release nutrients. And so, again, we're stabilizing and we're feeding at the same time, increasing your nutrient use efficiency. and your plant and your soil health and your plant health, if that's what you're going for.
We spent so long focused above ground that it's just interesting now we're focusing underground in the soil.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the,
yeah.
fascinating stuff. Let me ask you this. We are wrapping up on wheat top dress in this area. And we do that to ensure that the crop has adequate nutrients and we can maximize yield. How is your wheat top dress option different from other products that are out there?
Yeah, so this is where Boost gets used very widely, especially in this part of the world. So again, Boost is that sugarcane molasses cleaned up. But Boost is also high in carbon, a very low pH. So like I said, for lack of a better term, we're not a stabilizer, but what we do is stabilize that nitrogen. When you have a liquid urea or a liquid nitrogen product out there, your pH is going to be around that 7 to 8 pH. When it's at that pH, it's going to be an ammonia form, so you're going to have a lot of volatilization coming off. When we put Boost in there, we will reduce that pH of that solution down below 5, and when we do that, we take it from ammonia form to ammonium form. Ammonium form greatly reduces volatilization naturally, never hurts the biology, but we end up feeding that biology and releasing those nutrients at the same time.
That is so cool. That was a great explanation. Thank you so much for that. What are the most important things that our producers should be thinking about this time of year? I mean, we're almost done with wheat top dress. It'll be time to plant other things soon. What kind of things should they be thinking about?
Yeah, well, obviously the first and foremost thing on my mind is always, take your time, be safe. Let's not get hurt here.
Absolutely. Let's all get home
number
safely
one.
at night.
We're just starting the season, so let's start off on the right foot. Don't cut any corners and all that. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on with paying attention to where your soil levels are with nutrients. Just do what you need to get done. Use a product like Boost to help you unlock what you do have out there.
Cody, thank you so much for joining us today. You made quite the drive to be here with us, and I appreciate that tremendously. If you are interested in learning more about QLF, our sales agronomists would love to visit with you. Give us a call at 620-278-2470. And be sure to tune in next week to the Central Prairie Co-op podcast, where we talk all things ag from the ground up.